Hello there, and welcome to Sleep Deprived Me. Makes a tier list of all the classic World of Warcraft zones, because the classic zones are the only ones that matter. Well, and kind of Burning Crusade and Wrath ones, but you know, the vanilla WoW zones are the best. And the revamp ruined them all, which is now why I get to rate them. And the definitive, only true tier list on the entire planet is this one. I added a new tier at the bottom, not applicable for the Alliance zones because I only play Horde, because I have class and style. I probably should level through Alliance at least once to experience some of those zones, but you know, I'm not gonna do that because I have class and style. Anyways, I don't know, I might do it eventually, but we'll see. It's unlikely. So I'm gonna area all the zones, and it's fantastic. 1,000 Needles. I'm actually gonna try order them this time as well, a bit better. 1,000 Needles. 1,000 Needles, I would say, is great, even though it's just kind of a brown canyon. I don't know why. 1,000 Needles is just, for some reason, a zone a lot of people like. And for some reason, I agree. I don't know what it is about 1,000 Needles that's very likable. I don't know. For a lot of the zones on here, I'll be able to provide very nerdy, in-depth explanations. But 1,000 Needles, I don't really have a good reason for liking it. I think that it's just, you go in this big open canyon, and you go up on this this mesa. I think that's what they're called, where there's the Taran village. You get a bunch of quests, then you go back down into the canyon, and then you just run around this canyon and get some stuff done. But I mean, most of the stuff you're doing isn't very exciting. But I guess it's kind of like the fact that you're going between these crags, trying to find things you need to find, and there's some neat stuff in there. There's some centaur camps and stuff of the sort, but it's kind of neat to explore around. I think honestly it deserves to just being good, because the variety just isn't that exciting. But I don't know. I think this is one where nostalgia does play a fact, and 1,000 Needles is just it's likable. Arctic Mountains. I mean, the zone is fine, but it's a lot of zones are going to be in the bad tier. It's just because there's not much in there. But honestly, even though there's very little in Arctic Mountains, I really like the little ogre camp in there. But again, there's just so little and it's just so relevant. Oh, I'm going to put in mediocre. I don't know, for what it is, this very small snow mountains zone, I think it's still good. It's fine. We'll see. Arathi Highlands, I've never really cared for Arathi Highlands. It's very open, and there's just not a whole lot to do in it. I don't know. I've just never cared much for going there. So I think if I'm not too thrilled about going to the place, I think mediocre is a good description. Ashen Vale is amazing. It's S tier. Best of the best. Even though I'm Horde and there's not a whole lot of stuff for Horde to do there, it's more of a Alliance focus zone, I think. I just love the, I don't know, maybe it isn't, I don't know, again, I can't say for sure, but aesthetically, the style of the zone, I love the, Night Elf Forest style. This is a zone that mostly wins me over because the style and design of the zone is just so beautiful, even after all these years. It's just fantastic, and there's a lot of, variants to where to go as well. There's some demon camps, there's all sorts of different types of nature. There's Furlbow camps, there's Night Elf camps, there's rivers. I already said that. And again, I'm sleep deprived, so give me a break. But Ashen Vale is just great. I love Ashen Vale. Azshara, infamous for having nothing in it in vanilla because the game wasn't complete, so they couldn't finish it. I'm gonna put in mediocre. It has a world boss, and it actually has a lot of neat stuff in it. But there's just nothing to do in there. It has the shell of something great. Azshara is a reason why they should I feel add quests in Classic WoW. They won't, but I feel there are some zones that deserve some help. Azshara is one of them, but oh well. Badlands is bad. Badlands is bad. It's a zone for Alliance people, and even though I'm Horde, I'm still gonna not put in NA because it's just the most bland zone, nothing exciting to do in it. It has the Ultimate Dungeon, which I did, is pretty alright, but the zone it's in is bad. Badlands is bad. Blasted Lands also pretty bad. There's basically not Actually, it's mediocre. It's mediocre. The aesthetic's alright, and there is some neat stuff to do in there. There's like there's some demon camps. I really like kind of dead forest, and the dark portal's in there. So, there's not a whole lot to do, but it's fine. Same with Burning Steps. It's basically a giant zone for like some class quests and like some minor quests, but it's mostly just for Blackrock Mountain. But Blackrock Mountain's so awesome that it goes up there. Dark Shore, not applicable. Deadwind Pass. Deadwind Pass. It's dead. It's literally exists for having Karazhan. That's it. So, but Karazhan's like incredible, but Deadwind Pass is not so incredible. So I don't know. I guess it's mediocre. Desolace is bad. I mean, I just said Badlands the worst looking zone. I'm looking at all these. Desolace is like if the Blizzard team was like, okay guys, what if we made a zone and the color palette was literally gray and nothing else? And there was basically nothing to do with it. It's like, yeah, that sounds fun. No, it's not fun. Like, there's like it has Morrowind, which is a very good dungeon. It has like a troll village, which has like one good quest. There's only one memorable quest I can remember from here that was actually good. And it was to go to this little island and find something in a chest, I believe, and fight like Naga there. That was it. That was all I can remember. I think I just heard my dog bark. That's a good boy. But yeah, Desolace, I tried to give it a chance. There's just not much in there. It's like incomplete, it's just boring, and it's so unexciting to be in. It's desolate, it's bad, much like Badlands. Dunrogue, not applicable. Durotar, very good starting zone, I think. But I am pretty excited to get out of it, usually. So it's good, it's fine. Duskwood, not gonna lie, this would probably be like a great or amazing zone if I actually played Alliance, because I love the aesthetic of this zone. So, but I have to put in non-applicable just because I haven't quested there. But I'm pretty confident that if I played Alliance, this would be great or amazing for me. I'm just saying. Dustwallow. Dustwallow is good. You get sick of the like gloomy marsh aesthetic pretty often, but there's a lot of quests there that I like. It's a place that I like to go every now and then. Again, I'm taking these tiers literally. It's good. It's not great. It's not amazing, but it's good. It's fine. Elwyn Forest, not applicable Alliance. Eastern Plaguelands, I guess it's mediocre. Very little quests, but there's a lot of cool undead stuff there. It has Strathel, Mesh, Skolomons. But questing in the zone is a big factor. There actually being stuff to do in the zone, not just how the aesthetic of it, because the whole undead theme of Eastern Plaguelands, it pulls it off well. All the undead like mushroom camp places I really think are nice. I'm almost tempted to give it good just because I do think it does the undead aesthetic probably better than like any other zone, even better than the Wrath of the Lich King zones. But I've done so little in Eastern Plaguelands, I can't bring myself to put it in good. Fellwood. Again, like a lot of zones, it suffers from the problem there's just not a whole lot of quests in it. But I think I have to go mediocre. I very rarely go here, and when I do, it's like, okay, I'm here. I can do like a couple quests, and then I'm gonna leave again. I'm sorry, Fellwood. You deserve to have more. Feralus, amazing. Top tier, S tier. Absolutely good. Ahead of Ashen Vale. It is probably my favorite zone in the whole game. It's a beautiful... you'll notice a theme with some of the amazing tiers, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And Feralus is just... It's a great zone. The amazing zones are basically the zones where it's like, it doesn't matter how many times I level a character, I will always go to the amazing zones. That's kind of how that tier works. And great, I'm pretty much always going to go to. And then like good, it's like, most of the time. Then mediocre is like just to fill the gaps, when there's nothing else basically. And bad, just like stay away. But yeah, Feralus, I always love going to Feralus. You go to the Camp Mojachi. I think that's how you say it, Mojache, something like that. You get a few quests, and you can like go off in any direction. You can go kill the gnolls, you can go kill the yetis, you can go crazy and go to the strand and help the robot chicken get out of the yeti cave. It's a joy. There's even a Sylphid cave, and which I like for some reason. I mostly love this zone because I just love the jungle. I love the jungle style, but also it just has good quests as well. It also has one of the only like 2 quests in the game that I know of that has a timer associated with it, which I wish they had more of because it had a nice sense of urgency. But once you like, you know, realize what you're doing at the game, an hour was like 5 times as much time as you need to do the quest. But you know, it's fine. Fairless is great. I love Fairless. It also has Dire Maul, which is a great dungeon, and it has like a lot of outside parts to it as well. Hillswood Foothills. I think Hillswood Foothills is just good. It's like the pine kind of forest, not to be confused with Silver Pine Forest. It's foothills. What do you expect? It has an entrance to a much better zone, I'll say that, which is actually right afterward. But Hillswood Foothills, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's okay. It has some neat stuff in it, but it's mostly just going around doing some generic quests. But there's a good amount to do in it, and there's a lot of exploration you can do. So Hillsbrid, you're my Brad buddy Hills, Foothills, Hills. Anyways, the hinterlands. Honestly, this is probably the most looking at this tier list, it's amazing. It's an S tier zone. I never really thought whenever I thought about like the best zones in Classic WoW, hinterlands never really popped in my mind. But when I really think about it, it's like I always really like doing hinterlands, and out of every zone in the game, it probably has my favorite quest structure. It's not my favorite looking zone by any means. In fact, there's multiple that are above it in that regard. But it is my favorite quest structure in the game. The reason I say that is because you basically have to go through the entire zone to get to the Horde camp, where you actually get the quest, which I think is actually a very neat way of doing things. You have to go through and kind of explore the zone to, you know, before you actually get the quest. So you get to like see a lot of the zone, and then you have to go back into it, which most of the other zones, you know, it does things the other way around, where you just go through a tiny bit of it, get some quests, and then go out. I don't know, I think that's kind of neat. But I think the actual quest structure, you basically get into this camp, and I think more so than any other Horde zone I know of, you get like literally like 20 quests or something, 25 quests. It's absurd how many quests you can get at once if you go at the right level. And you can get, you know, you get some quests that are slightly too difficult, slightly easy, and then like just right if you go when at like the right time. And I love just being able to get 20 quests and then just like go out and do whatever. You can go do this patch of quests in this area, these quests in this area. There's so many quests to do, and there's all in these different areas. And I always remember, it's a great memory, where I got all the quests in this camp, went out and just did all of them in the span of like 4 hours or something stupid, and came back and turned them all in and got like 2 levels, 10 trillion gold. It was a magical moment. I remember my guild was like, dude, you completed that many quests in this short of time. I'm like, it's the hinterlands, man. And I don't know, I don't think any other zone like lets you do something like that. Like every other zone's like, here's 4 quests, go out, come back, here's 4 more, you know, something like that. But the hinterlands is like, here's 25 quests, have fun, come back, alright, you're done. For the most part, you'll come back and get like a few more. But for the most part, it's just like, go out, have an adventure, come back. I think that's a really neat way of doing things. And I do like the aesthetic of the zone as well. I like the troll temple as well is really cool. There's some emerald dudes, oozes, temples. It's good. Thank you, hinterlands. I might be embellishing that memory a bit. It might not be that great, honestly, but I'm gonna put an S tier anyway. Lochmodon, haven't done it. Moonglade, even though it's just a hub for the druids, it's a really nice hub for the druids. I really like just running around in this place, so I think I'm gonna put it in great, honestly. Even though there's like, it's just for the druid, it's a zone just for druids. I think what it does is really well. Morgor is okay. I think it's good. Again, for a starting zone, I like the open plains. It's kind of a fresh start, but a lot of people think it's dull. I don't know. I think it's good. Redbridge Mountains, haven't done it. Syrian Gorge, Alliance, Silthus. Honestly, I think Silthus is good. I think the Twilight Camps offer a really good like end game questing challenge, which a lot of, you know, end game zones don't necessarily do in that regard. It really encourages group work with doing those Twilight nonsense. The main problem it suffers from is lack of quest. If Silithus had more, like double the quests, which is like 8 more, it doesn't have that many. If Silithus had more quests, it would be, I think it would deserve a great tier. Because the quests it does have are pretty good, if my memory serves me right. But there's just not a lot. Silverpine, I've only leveled through Silverpine like once or twice, which actually isn't that much. But I remember liking it. I honestly, if I did it more, it would probably be great. But I just don't have a lot of memory of Silverpine. So I'm going to put it in good, because I know I like it, but I haven't done enough to warrant it being like, you know, it's not my memories of like, you know, zones I usually always want to go to. So, Stone Talon. I think Stone Talon's great. It's really weird in the way the zone is structured, because like the start of it, there's like 2 quests for levels like 14 to 17. There's like 2 quests for 18 to like 19. Then there's like 5 for the early 20s, and then there's like 3 for the late 20s. It's like the level span of the zone is so like wide for not a whole lot of quests for some reason. I really don't get it. But I really like this how the mountains keep changing. You start off with fighting the Grim Totem Guard, and then you fight the Venture Co., you know, these minor dudes. You fight the spiders, you fight evil treant monsters that go 10,000 miles an hour. No one's gonna get that joke, but I think we both know who is gonna get the joke. And yeah, I like Stone Talon. It's pretty great. I always like going to Stone Talon, even if I'm not there for that long. Stranglethorn. I think Stranglethorn is amazing. Are you noticing the theme yet? You will soon. Stranglethorn. Love the aesthetic. I love the... It's a different type of jungle than Fearless. Stranglethorn is that more like... I don't know what you would call it. It's a different kind of jungle. It's on the coast. It's more about, you know, jungle tigers, the troll tribes, stuff like that. I don't think it has... And I like how there's... You know, the southern part is a little more like pirate focused and stuff of the sort. Northern part is more troll focused. Lots of good quests. The Booty Bay is such an iconic like city. It's a place that I like to just chill around in. Gromgol is great. It's very diverse in all the stuff and all the like. It's diverse in that there's lions and hordes, so you can kind of mingle there. I have some good memories. Desolace. And I really like the troll temples, because they're kind of cramped and kind of make you think, which, you know, retail WoW doesn't make you think at all, but this is classic WoW, where fighting any enemy makes you think 10 times more than fighting any enemy in retail. So, Stranglethorn, they're good. There's Naga, there's Raptors, there's all sorts of fun jungle stuff. It's great. Swamp of Sorrows, you have Sunken Temple, that's about it. I guess you're mediocre. There's not really a whole lot to do in there, but Sunken Temple's good. Tanaris, even though it's just a giant desert, I don't know whether to put it good or great. I'm going to put it great. The reason, even though it's just a desert, it has Zul'Farrak. Zul'Farrak's a great dungeon, but I do kind of like how it's gadgets. It's like hinterlands to... No, it isn't. You get a few quests. I mostly really like doing the pirate part, which is like the start of the stuff, and then like some of the troll quests. It's a zone I like to go to do a few quests and then leave, but I really like doing those few quests. Most of the pirate ones, because there's like so few pirate quests for the Horde. So I'm going to give it that, because it's great to be in for a little bit and do some quests. Plus it gives Noggenfarger elixirs, which everybody loves Noggenfarger elixirs. Try starting zone. No. The biggie. Barrens. The zone every Horde has gone through a billion times. Look. I personally got sick of the Barrens after doing it so many times. So it's definitely not amazing for me. See, it's really... The Barrens is really hard to grade, because there's some parts of the Barrens that are really... I think are really good, and then there's some parts of it that I think are just not so good. Like, I think the part that's not so good is it's kind of like when I was describing Hinterlands. How I said, like, some other zones where it's like... Go to the camp, get a few quests, go out, complete them, come back, get a couple more, go out, do a couple, come back, get a couple more. That's what the Barrens is in the Crossroads. You go to the Crossroads, you get a few quests, you go get some zebra hooves, kill some Quillwar, come back, go out again, kill some Harpy, collect some mushrooms, come back. There's a lot of that, and the idea is you're supposed to slowly escalate in levels to where you get more and more quests, is what usually happens, and then you go down to the southern part and get Camp Tarajo quests. And I do think that structure works pretty well for the early game. I do think the Barrens does things very well. It's very open, you know, but even though it's so open, it feels kind of linear in the way you can do quests if you go there when you're supposed to, which chances are you're going to, because the only other place you can go to is Silver Pine Forest at that time, which is really out of the way. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to put it good. It might deserve great. It does do a lot of things well, but, you know, I'm not like, oh, great, I'm in the Barrens. I'm like, I'm in the Barrens. All right, that's fine. but that's about it. It's like, okay, this is swell. Tearsfall Glades. Not being honest, I haven't done Tearsfall in so long, I basically don't have any memory of it. I only did it once, and that was way back in the actual vanilla days. So I don't really remember. How long is this? It's 20 minutes, jeez. But yeah, I don't remember where I was grading. Tearsfall. I'm gonna use mediocre. It might honestly deserve not applicable because I just don't remember, but I'm gonna put in mediocre for now. We'll see. Westfall, haven't done. Ungoro, amazing. Yes, I love jungle zones. I don't know why. If you are a jungle zone, chances are I will really like the zone. The jungles in WoW are just so good. Ungoro's, you know, totally going for the prehistoric vibe. There's dinosaurs everywhere. There's gorillas. There's more dinosaurs. There's a Silphidhive, because, you know, who doesn't like Silphidhives, apparently. The devil swords, giant dinosaurs walking all over the place. I love the Ungoro. I always like going here. Probably deserves a little bit more quests. The quests themselves aren't very diverse. It's mostly killing and gathering stuff. It could really go with some more, you know, unique quests, but there are some nice stuff in there. There's the Gorilla Cave. There's the quest where you have to summon the giant raptor. It's good. I just really like the giant jungle openness of it. And it also is Blaze Runner and Lincoln. How can you say no to that? Wetlands, didn't do. Winter Spring, amazing, S tier. Absolutely beautiful zone. And not because it's a jungle, because pretty much everyone who's done Winter Spring is like, wow, this zone looks so good. It's something about that purple hue in this snowy landscape that just, it's so nice to just walk around in Winter Spring. It's just pleasant. Even though there's furbolgs and frost giants and chimeras and bears that want to eat your face off, you know, that's okay, because you'll eat their face off instead, and it'll be a good time. The quests are all good. There's some hunting. There's some very unique hunting quests. Hammock Nest and Where is there. There's some very memorable locations. The gorge, the giant gorge with the frost giants, the snowing mountains, the geysers, the furbolg camp, the giant rock with the frost saber. Did I say it already? I don't know. And of course, Everlook, the Goblin City. I always like the Goblin Cities. Winter Spring's a joy to go to. It's really great. And finally, Western Plaguelands. Honestly, I'm gonna put it not applicable. I love Skola months, that's where it is, but I've done it so little that I really can't give it an honest rating. So that's probably the only zone on here that I'm putting not applicable that isn't because it's alliance focused. So yeah, there's my World of Warcraft Classic Zones tier list maker. I gave it a cheer. It's good. And yeah, let me just do a quick once over here. Badlands and Desolace. Yeah, they're bad. I honestly, some of the mediocre zones I probably should put in bad, but vanilla zones again are pretty much all great except for these two. Okay, they're both not good. Like seriously, why is there nothing to do in these places? At least for a horde. But yeah, Arathi. It's okay. Shower Blasted, Burning Step 7. Yeah, I think all the mediocre ones, they are indeed mediocre. Good. Alterac Mountains. Iffy, but I like some things. There are parts of Alterac Mountains I do like. I think it's good. Deer Hearts, good starting zone. Dust of Olive, fine. Hillsborough, fine. Yeah, all these are fine. Great. Thousand Needles, it's good. You know, there's a Cobalt Ran in there. Moonglade, Stone Town Tanaris, and the amazing zones. The classic zones of the golden era of questing and leveling in MMOs. Fairless, Ashvale, Hinterlands, Jungle Thornvale, Ungoro Crater, Winter Spring. Thank you. I'm gonna go die now.